Hello, it's me again, Teacher Sehun. How are you today? It is week 2. Yep, it's week 2 or 3 of the lockdown. I don't know. I lost count of the days. Have you? Have you also lost count of the days? Every day seems like similar. There is no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's just like day, day, and day because we're all at home and doing the same things. Do you also feel like that? Well, anyways, this must be Monday. You must be viewing this video on a Monday, on the week 2 of our online teaching, but this is actually the week 7 of our program. So that's why this is called week 7, lesson 1. You must be wondering what they are. Now, this is my window facing the street. And because we don't have any stuffed animals of bears, we painted some pictures of bears. Have you heard them? New Zealand Bear Hunt. We're not afraid from the COVID-19. You know that you can go out and have a walk with your family. And this is a nationwide campaign. You must have heard about this. Or if you walked around in your neighborhood, you must have seen lots of stuffed animals. When I do walk with my family, I'm looking at my phone right now, I really like to take photos of them, of the bears that I see. This is my favorite one, Winnie the Pooh. And let me show you another one that I like. Oh, oopsie, someone else messages me. Okay, this one, I really like it because someone posted not just a bear. See, this is a bear, but also they wrote, "Thank you, essential workers." Yeah. So when you go out for a walk with your family, you can also see those bears everywhere, or different animals, or lovely messages to our essential workers. Anyhow, let's start today's lesson. Now I'm going to share my screen with you again. Okay. Yep, I am sharing my screen with you. Now, today I prepared a presentation for you. See, I'm getting better. Last week it was just the script. Now it will be a presentation. Okay. So this is week 7, and we will have new materials and new tasks for you. But first, let's revise what we have done last week. So last week, you should have already finished DynaSpeak Online Units 3 and 4. Have you done that? Good. Okay, good. And you should have already started working on Unit 5, which you can still do this week. Okay, please work on your DynaSpeak Online units. Have you also been completing your language logbooks? This is something you should also work on. I know that some of you might get a paper copy for week 1 and 5 only, but because of the lockdown, you don't have the physical copy of the rest of the weeks. Keep writing on your notebook, okay? It doesn't matter. As long as you keep writing what you read, what you listen, what you do in English, it really matters. My class has an online version of the language logbook, so you can continue writing on that one. And last week, you have watched me 3 times for lesson 1. I assigned you a listening, note-taking exercise about idioms and slang, and there was a free writing task. I hope everyone had done that last week. You can still do it if you missed that. I'm sure your teachers wouldn't mind giving you feedback, even you have done it after the deadline. Okay, but it's always good to do them on time. In lesson 2, there are lots of documents about academic writing and essays and referencing and academic word list. I hope you had studied them, and please save them somewhere Okay, and as long as you have access to DynaSpeak Online, you have access to them. But if you can save them to your desktop as well, because you can use them forever. Even when I was doing my master's assignments, I had to refer back to those documents to do things correctly. So they are really useful materials. And for lesson 3 on Friday, there were some newspaper articles on zoos, and we asked you to write an essay. Have you done that? Have you completed your essay on the advantages and disadvantages of zoos? Well, we teachers will work on giving feedback to you this week. So we will read, if we haven't done already, we will read all your essays and give feedback to you. Okay, so let's move on to today's lesson. Well, we're still in the lockdown, right? Can anyone? Oh, you can't reply me back. This is just a video. But do you know what this photo represents? Well, it represents stay in your bubble. So when you go out to hunt bears on the windows, for example, you shouldn't socialize, you shouldn't see your friends or even family members who live in another house. You should always stay in your bubble. There are lots of different vocabulary items about this COVID-19 these days, and we have found a very good website. It's eslnews.org. This will be a self-study, so I want all of you to go to this website. Let me show you what it looks like. Okay, it explains vocabulary related to COVID-19. You can listen to this whole text or you can read this. It explains phrases like alert level 4, which I am sure you know what that means. Break the chain, why we are doing this, why we are in this lockdown. Social distancing, bubble, community transmission, self-isolation, essential services. What's a PPE that everyone is talking about? Lockdown, kia haka, it's the Maori word, but we use it so much. Shut down, etc. So there are some words that you can read and then an exercise that you can do after this vocabulary study. So this is self-study, okay? And after that self-study, and it is optional, but please do it, okay? The first task that you are going to do, and we say task because you have to submit this, okay? It's a reading from our book. So if you have the book, you're lucky. You can do the exercise here, but there are extra questions. If you don't have the book, don't worry, the reading is attached in a PDF form. So we are going to read the first reading from Unit 2. Okay, and Unit 2's title is Science and Detection. So we will talk about science and technology, okay? The first reading is Tech Detectives. The PDF will be attached with this video. So you are going to read this, and then you're going to answer the questions. It's a separate document in Google Forms. You will give your answers and get immediate feedback. You will be able to see your correct or incorrect answers. Okay, that's the first reading task. And the second task is also a reading. So today we will focus on our reading skills. It's an IELTS reading about space travel and health. Before you read this, if you watch this video about space travel, it will really help you. Because when we do a reading assessment or a reading task like this, if we know about the topic, the reading becomes easier. If you don't know anything about the topic, it feels more difficult. So the feeling of whether it's difficult or easy is not just related to your knowledge of vocabulary and grammar, but your knowledge of the subject matter as well. So if you watch this watch this short video from TED Talks, it's a very short one though, 5 minutes, and then read the text and answer the questions, it will be easier. Okay, so for today, 2 reading tasks and plus the COVID-19 vocabulary. Okay, so that is all for today. I hope you stay safe and you stay home. Let me go back to my meeting. Okay, and I'll go back to my tea. This is the Turkish tea glass. We like to drink our tea in a glass like this. Okay, see you on Wednesday.